So we're going to be working on that. But anyway, so tonight I was going to do something a little different, talk a little bit about that, the group that we're going to run, and, share a little bit more details, talk about announcements. And then I was going to go over kind of the key elements to our business and have an open forum and have people share what the best ways, their best practices for each specific topic. For example, with like being proof the product works, personal development and inviting and follow-ups and, last calls and any information that you can give to the team so it can be more of a collaborative effort instead of, me just talking at you. Because I'm sure everybody's kind of doing different things, and I'd love to hear from the group about what's working well for you and what is, basically what's working well for you. If you learned a trick along the way, then everyone can learn from it. Okay, so for announcements, the Punta Cana trip, I'll share with you guys a screenshot of the details of that. One second. Somewhere in here. I think I have it somewhere in here. Gotta find it. Yeah, there it is. All right. So if you are interested in going, here's how you earn the trip. If you hit Success Club 5 each month, you'll get trip dollars. We'll pay for $600 worth of the $1,200 room. You'll earn $1,440 for challenge packs and $990 from 1 month of home direct for a total of $2,430. So your trip will be paid for. And you'll still earn $1,830 when all is said and done. If you help 5 people a month and do the 5 Lives Club and hit Success Club 10, you'll have $1,200 in trip dollars, and you'll earn a total of $4,860, and you'll get a free room. So if you hit Success Club 10 all year, your trip is free. If you hit Success Club 5 all year, do the 3 Lives Club, then it'll be half paid for, but it will be covered by the earnings that you have. To get registered, registration is tomorrow morning, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, tomorrow morning at 9 p.m. Pacific time? Am I right on that? Anybody? Is that a nod? Okay. So if you want to get registered, I already registered, and I registered for the second wave, which I think is the teal wave. The weekend one, the second one, is the wave that I registered for. Is anybody who's registering? Raise a hand. Which wave? Two? Okay, cool. We got a good crew. Just FYI, if you want to go, definitely don't wait to get registered because it will sell out. And the wait list will be a mile long and you won't be able to get on the trip. It's a $300 deposit. And if you put the deposit down, it'll hold your space. And if you don't, for whatever reason, have those Success Club points and earn it, you can cancel. But there are certain dates that you have to cancel by, and you'll pay like in installments, and you'll have to cancel by certain dates in order to be able to get your money back. The $300 you can't get back, but the rest of it, you could cancel it if like you see that you're not going to be around or whatever. But these trips are booked like a year in advance. So this is for the Success Club trip. We're talking 2017, April of 2017. We're going to Punta Cana, and like I said, if you want to be on it, definitely register. I hope. If you're on this call, I hope that you're, considering going to Summit. Summit will be a game changer for your business. If you're a new coach and you hit Success Club 5 or 10 your first 3 months, you earn a free ticket. And that's a $200 value. And that will accelerate your business 100-fold, going to Summit. And not only that, but Eric Worre, the author of GoPro, talked about it at the GoPro Mastery event. If you want to make $100,000 a year, get 100 people to Summit, because you'll earn $1,000 for every person that you get to that event to get to your team meeting. So I'm talking about 100 coaches in your downline to be there with you. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to have personally sponsored them. They could be sponsored by me and they could be in your downline, or they could be sponsored by any of the coaches on the call. So definitely put yourself on the wait list. If a spot becomes available, if you're interested in going, if a spot becomes available, they'll let you know when that becomes available, and then you'll be able to decide at that time if you want to go or not. But if you don't put yourself on the wait list, you run the risk of not being able to go. Most likely, I don't think they're going to sell out, but I think, right now it's wait list only right now, even as is. They're going to open up more seats. Carl said that. Okay, that's that. We have some cool things going on. I don't know if you guys saw the welcome letter that Charisse and I have been working on, the checklist. I'd love to hear what people are thinking of that, because some feedback that I got so far was that they felt it was really long. That was only one person. It was really long. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can share my screen. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Remember, we're trying to make this process. I was listening to Danny Johnson today talking about expose, involve, and upgrade. I have Danny Johnson several one of her CDs. And she was talking about the way she described it was so beautiful. It's not that as a leader, you don't want to spend your time helping people, but you want people to learn to be system dependent instead of people dependent. So what we're trying to do right now is create a system that is duplicable down, every level deep. So if you have a coach that enrolls a coach, that enrolls a coach, that enrolls a coach 10 levels down, they're going to have the same opportunity to have success as you. And the only way that you can do that is to have it be system dependent. Because if it's people dependent, as you know, when I tell you something, have you ever seen them do that thing where they have someone tell a secret in somebody's ear and then they pass it down like 5 people? And it's like, it starts and it says like, there was 3 monkeys jumping on the bed. And then by the 5th person, it's like, there was a bird flying across the room. I mean, it has like nothing to do with what they said. Okay. So people retain 7% of what they learn. 7%. So if I go to a meeting and I get 7%, and I turn around and I teach you, then you're only getting 7% of that 7%. Then you turn around and you teach the next person, then that only person is only getting 7% of the 7% of the 7%. By the time you get to the last person that's 10 levels down, they're not even getting any of it. They're not even getting the same message. So the point is, we want to have a system that everyone can plug their coaches into, that's duplicable, that will work for anybody, no matter what level of coach they are. That's what we've been working on. Is it perfect right now? No. We're doing the best that we can, and we're working to make that system better. But if you'd like to be involved in that process, then give us feedback. Look at those things. This is your business too. We are co-creating. We're business partners. We're not, nobody's above anybody else. We're all on the same level. So if you have feedback about something, then share it, because that's the only way we're going to be able to improve the system. All right, so that being said, I'll share the screen. And if you haven't seen what Charisse and I did, is we basically made the coach welcome letter, instead of being a letter, into a checklist. So I'm going to preview it. Wait, how do I preview it? Here. So instead of them going and getting a letter and having to write an email and whatever, it just goes and takes them through everything. This was pretty much all on the welcome letter. Some of it was added, but most of it was there. So it talks about our team and this, and introducing them to us being an elite team and being involved in the training, telling them how to get access to Beachbody on demand instantly in case you have a coach that enrolls with a challenge pack and they've never, used a program before. They can access it immediately. They don't have to wait. Getting and staying active. It talks about the 50 personal volume points so that they can stay active. Telling them about the team calls every Monday night. Downloading the Zoom plugin so they'll be prepared. Adding coach relations number to their contacts. Learning how to find answers in the FAQs, and Googling and YouTubing and all those things on the team page. It even explains how to search the team page. How to navigate the coach online office, the 7-day quick start guide, how to set up their direct deposit, how to enroll customers and coaches through the mobile app and the website. And then it has them take the personality test and answer the About Me questions. So now that, if you hadn't seen it and now that you're seeing it, what is your first, I'd love to hear what the feedback is. So if anybody want to share on that?
I see where some people could think it's lengthy, but I honestly, because of the other letters that I've seen, I actually find this letter more concise and clear. I'd rather have the length, and it's almost like a checklist. Like, yeah. I can totally go by that letter. To me, I feel like it's clear. I don't care what the length is, because it's not, do you know what I mean? It's not like just paragraphs. It's almost, you have it broken up, and I can just like kind of check out, okay, I've done this section. I've done this section. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. That's my opinion on that. I like it.
I like it too, but I
like it.
I'd like to hear from people, and I'd like to hear honesty, because it's the only way we're going to get better is to.
I would agree. I think it looks more formatted. And so to me, I sort of get distracted when everything, like before, it was in paragraph form.
Yeah.
That way someone can go and check it off, whether they get it done hopefully sooner versus later, but then they can know where they left off at too, where to resume. So I think it looks a lot better.
So I got this from another coach, and she broke it up into like doing the about me questions in an email and a letter and a welcome letter, and then going to the checklist. And I was like, I got the idea of just putting it all together. And then I thought about, I started working on it today, and then I didn't do it, was to put the about me questions into like a form on my website, and then have them go there and get like the beginning one, and then do the about me questions. And then they would get like a link to the next part of the checklist. But you can't put on the website, you can't put a paragraph in a checklist. You can only put like a sentence. So it wouldn't work. It wouldn't be available. Well, anyway, I think it's good. And what you can do is I shared that in Aloha, and then you can request access to it and then download it and save it to your own Google Drive before you start editing it, so that it saves the copy unedited, so that everybody else can. So if you do get access to edit it, make sure you save it on your own first, and then you edit it. Otherwise, it's going to change the original copy. And that you don't have to use that, but I think that it will make the process streamlined. And I got this off a girl named Brooke, and for whatever reason, I just really connected with the way that she was explaining how she gets her coaches started. So what she does is she sends them this coach welcome letter. She hasn't had a getting started call with them yet. Then she puts them in the 7-day training where she goes over, I'll go over the topics with you, which you guys are going to be experiencing it in the group, anybody that's doing the 7-day coach training that we're talking about. And then we're going to continue on for anybody that wants to keep, having more training in that 7-day group. So the topics are, day 1 is an intro video setting expectations, talking about Success Club, Emerald, Success Starter, and where to find more training in the Coach Online office, in the Coach Training Academy for coaches that want to keep going. Day 2 is a Facebook facelift, how to make their Facebook look more appealing before making the new coach announcement. Day 3 is how to share on social media, what to do and what not to do with examples. Day 4 is crafting and sharing your story on social media. Day 5 is what to say with scripts and making a list of contacts. Day 6 is starting connecting with 3 to 5 people a day, how to connect and invite. And day 7 is how to invite when they have built a relationship and how to handle objections. So it literally takes you step by step through like how to really invite people through social media, and then how to use the scripts and how to handle their objections. Okay, so that's the 7-day group, and she runs these. She starts them every Monday every Monday through Sunday, and her assistant deletes all the posts and puts everybody in the group that needs to be in the group, and then uploads all the posts for her. So I can have my assistant do that, because I just hired my assistant finally yesterday after not having one for several months. So he can do that. And then it would be every week of the year. So what would be available to you would be that you could plug your team into that. And then after they've done that 7 days is when you do the getting started call. So on the getting started call, you actually have more things to talk about as far as like where are they at in their business, and you can have it's more of a conversation like, okay, what am I struggling with, and more interactive. And you can they also have some training under their belt. So it's not like you have to, I feel like getting started calls for me, I could spend hours on the phone explaining everything, because there's so much to try to explain in the beginning. So you can spend time on that call really digging deeper into their why, and then really talking about the things that they struggled with. So that's what she does. And she says sometimes even some of her coaches have hit Success Club by the time they do that getting started call, because of what they've done on social media in those 7 days. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is what Jody just did. And I was going to post it in Team Aloha, but I didn't want to yet, because I would have had to post it in 3 separate posts, and I feel like there's a lot going on. She took our business activity tracker. Does anybody not raise of hands who doesn't like printing out the bat and writing on it? Who would rather do it online? Okay, awesome. Well, here's the deal. Josie made it into a PDF where you can just click and check, and you can write names, right there. So now we're all going to have access to that. And the new coach checklist for going through Coach Basics is there too. And this has all the posts for Coach Basics. So as we move forward, we could probably create a checklist for the 7-day group. We're not there yet. I mean, literally Stephanie and I are going to probably be working our little booties off this week to probably recreate some of the videos that Brooke did. But we're in it to win it. And we really think that we think this is going to be the game changer. Because what I felt, and I don't know what you guys are feeling. I mean, Angela's kind of a newer coach. JC is a newer coach. What I felt was happening with a lot of my newer coaches is we do the coach welcome letter, we do the getting started call, then they do the prerequisites for Coach Basics and start using their bat, and then it's kind of like there's like a gap, like they're lost, they don't know where to go, it's like they're not ready yet to start Coach Basics. But so what this would do would be a transitional between, it'd be a 7-day group and transitioning them from new coach to actual Coach Basics. Any comments, shares?
So that 7 days like a prerequisite to Coach Basics.
The 7 days is a prerequisite to even have the getting started call.
Gotcha.
I think it's a good idea.
I feel like this is the game changer. I don't know. I get excited about things. I just feel like it's systematic. It's teaching people how to clean up their social media, how to actually post on their social media, so they're not like flapping around like a fish out of water trying to figure it out, but they actually have like steps, step by step by step.
That helps because, as remembering as a new coach, I needed to get plugged into something all the time. Like Joanne and I would repeat Coach Basics like 2-3 times. Remember that, Joanne? So in this way, there's like actually a system where they can, okay, next phase, and they know where they're at and they don't get lost.
And we discussed starting to do a Coach Basics group again, where we actually have we, instead of doing the self-paced, instead of doing the, autoresponder, the campaign, and actually doing a group, because we feel like some of the newer coaches are they need that group experience. But the only thing that we were kind of talking about is we feel it would be most effective if we had diamond leaders step up and lead that group. If we're going to do them once a month, then, we rotate. So it's like I lead it once, Stephanie leads it once, then the next person. It's the same content. It's just a different person leads it every time. So it's more responsible and engaged and answering questions and just being more involved in that process. So we're open to doing that, but we just need, at this point, it's kind of the two of us, are in that leadership position and are willing to put in the work to, bring the trainings and do those things. So as we grow and have more leaders and people willing to step up and lead, then we'll be able to maybe start that once a month. But as of right now, we're going to stick with just doing this 7-day group. And then if you want to continue on, it's going to be a dash to diamond, but you don't have to be dashing to diamond. You can just be doing it to be involved in the training. If you pay $20 into the pot and you reach all the requirements of the group, then you have a chance to earn the pot at the end. And the last couple of times we've done this, people have earned or won in their prize money. The last time it was $250, and the time before it was $350, just for putting their $20 in and meeting all of the requirements. Now, if you don't want to put the $20 in and you don't want to do the, pot, you don't want to be eligible for the pot, that's fine. You can still be in the training and you can still get all the information and just not be eligible to earn the pot at the end. So you can still access everything, because we don't want to limit it to just people that have to pay. But if you're driven by, you want to win that money, that prize money, then, that might be something that you want to do. But if that doesn't drive you, then, no worries. Or you don't want to spend the $20 right now, no problem. Okay, so those were pretty much my announcements. Anybody have anything to share? What do you think so far of the getting started process?
I think I'll go on and talk since nobody's talking. I think it seems like a good alternative, because as a new coach, I can remember everyone else was saying, sort of feeling like not knowing where to go, sort of going on the coach online office, and you sort of are like, I don't know what to do first. and sort of feeling like overwhelmed, like the first couple weeks trying to learn all this new information. It seems overwhelming. So I think the 7 days into the Coach Basics was a really good idea, to help the new coaches get transitioned into that phase. But I sort of see it as too, you still have to, there's still things like even now when I go on the Coach Online office, I mean, I think just sort of educating yourself, people have to take initiative to try to go on there, because just like in any type of schooling or college, you have to put in your homework. So to learn, we didn't learn nursing overnight. So I sort of feel like the same way. My knowledge now compared to 4 years from now is going to be like where you're at. I don't compare myself to you, because I'm a learning in progress. So, but that's how I feel. But I think it's all looks really good from what you said.
I actually was going to ask that in the Beachbody study group, because there's like the wall, which is the 5-star wall, and then there's the study group that's the kind of more relaxed. It doesn't have corporate in it. It's like the wall behind the wall. And I was going to ask that, because I feel like that's the struggle as a leader, is to find the balance of, helping people, but yet there's a balance between, taking ownership of your business and and feeling like you're the leader and being responsible and taking initiative and going and learning things. And then if the system isn't the right perfect system for you, then taking initiative and going and creating a system that is perfect for you. Maybe this isn't going to be what you're going to use. Maybe it's going to be a version of this that's going to work for you, but taking ownership of your business and taking that step and going, okay, the system isn't working. Let me go and fix it, instead of me waiting for my, upline to do it. And at the same time, feeling like as a mentor, you need to, give your people love and teach them how to, be successful. So that's the struggles of leadership. Welcome to, Kevin Jensen always tells me, welcome to leadership, whenever I call him, because I only call him for things that are like advice. Like, okay, I'm having this situation, I don't know what to do. Not for like, I never call him for things like, for questions about something like how much is a challenge pack, or, does a 2-star make this, or how do I open up my second business center, because I can find all that information. The only time I ever call him is if I have a question about something that is like an opinion thing, and I just want to bounce, that off of him. And the goal is that you get to the point where you're leading your team, and you only need your mentor for that, for bouncing ideas. And that's the point, plugging it into the system, being system dependent, having all the tools there for you to be successful instead of people dependent. Because if you're people dependent and somebody knows I can do a really good getting started right call, but maybe, 10 levels down, they can't. So if they're not doing that really good getting started right call, at least they're having access to the training, the 7-day training, where they can get the information that they need to successfully launch their business.
Marissa, I have to leave. I have to go pick up my munchkin.
Okay. It was good to see you, girl.
Yes, you too. I'll see you soon.
Okay. I don't know if Stephanie's on. I just texted her, but she didn't answer, so I guess she probably isn't on.
Well, I think the cool thing, Marissa, is like it's already laid out. Like this is stuff from like collection of over the years. Like it's not too far from what they have in the coach office, which is, there's a system in there, but in our group, it's more like, I don't know, you call it breadcrumbs. I know that word. You're like, it's now it's like, before there was just coach basics. And that was it, right? Getting started, welcome letter, coach basics. Then you're lost. But like for like the list, for example, with the welcome letter, that's like step by step, guys. Like this is like the evolution of where Team Aloha stuff used to be. Like this is like upgrade to the max, because of all the stuff that you have to research yourself. You have to do this. You got to find this information. Everything is in that form. Plus, you're going to have the 7-day basics. Plus, you're going to have a get started. plus you're going to have the coach basics. That's like,
she does a group getting started call. So the big leader,
oh yeah,
a group getting started call on every Monday night. So if the coach in the downline doesn't know how to do a really good getting started call, they're still getting a getting started call with her. That's a group one. I mean, she's not able to focus on their why and all those things, which I think is really important. But
yeah, I think it's great. It's a great system.
Well, what I think is that if you had been in, anybody that's new on this call, like Angela, Michelle, Pruitt, you guys, and Chris and Jaden and Jamie, well, Callie was, came in. I mean, Cherise can attest that our challenge groups never used to be so, I don't think they were as engaged. Maybe like the one that you guys were in, Cherise and Joanne and Lauren.
That one was.
That one was really good. But then like that one was awesome because we had a bunch of really great people. And then like after that, it just felt like Joanne, I remember she's like, just nobody posts, like they're not working. And we were just like stressing because we would have people purchase the programs and the products and we didn't know how to get them results. And then Pat Reelman shared that formula with me, which is what we're doing right now, the 21-day challenge, the 21-day format that has like the post a day, post your workout, your nutrition and your personal development with Darren Hardy. And then it has like an about me question and it has like something from the challenge group guide and it's got being recognized every day. Since I've started implementing that into my business and consistently following that same format and then upgrading every time I have new coaches, they become an apprentice in my group. And so I'm not posting on those 4 things every day. I have one coach posting on one, I have coaches posting on those different things. So we're sharing the responsibility and they're learning how to lead in a safe environment where they're not feeling like they have to lead on their own. They're co-leading with me. And then after that, they go on and they lead with another coach. That's like their success partner or something. Since I started implementing that, I've had more coach upgrades that are like actual people that I know. I mean, I've talked to them, several times on the phone and getting on the phone is a big thing too, or doing like video conferencing. Another big thing that's really helped is the group thread. Like I don't just put them in the group. I also create a group thread, like a group message, like on Facebook, like the messaging, direct messaging. And we talk and I check in like 1 to 2 times a week, just, hey, how's everybody doing? What are some non-scale victories this week? And then they all start to say like, oh, this and this and that. And they're like, oh, good job. And they start to become friends and everybody's engaging and interacting a lot more. So the results are better. They're feeling more connected to the community and not just me. So they're not just me dependent, they're community. They've got a community of people that they're depending on and, feeling supported by rather than just having the one person that's supporting them. And so they're getting better results. They're feeling more connected. They're being more involved. More of them are upgrading to coach. And when they're starting as a coach, when they're actually upgrading as a coach, they're flopping around less because they're kind of knowing, they understand what the challenge group process is. And they've already worked the apprentice before. They're still struggling in their groups, but it's better than it ever was. So my point was we went through a whole, lot of challenge groups to get to that point. We didn't just from the beginning go, okay, we know how to do it. Like we didn't have a system. I didn't have a sponsor. I had no mentor. I had nobody to say like, here's the system, go and do it. Like I, had to figure it out. So since we started implementing that, and Stephanie said this to me the other day, we've got it down. Like we've got the challenge groups down. And I know it's working for her. I know it's working for her team. People are really engaged. I know it's working for her downline coaches. This is now getting passed on several up. This is a duplicable system. Now we've just made people system dependent as opposed to people dependent. Now you don't have to go out and reinvent the wheel and be like, okay, I need to do everything and I need to be in charge. You just plug them into the system that we have that already works. Okay.
Marissa,
yeah.
Did I totally miss that list that you're talking about?
It's been posted in Aloha. It's in the file section and it's in the...
I'll just look. I think I might have go right by it.
The 21-day fix challenge group format. If you go into the files and you go to Google Docs and you type in 21-day fix challenge group, there's 7 documents in a folder.
Okay.
and it shows you how to run it. And I actually created the process and said, step 1, you post, okay, step 1 is you post this. Step 2 is you do that. I mean, I'll show it to you, actually. I'll show it to you real quick, just in case somebody doesn't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so in here, it's going to be under Team Aloha and under challenge groups, and then under 21-day challenge. So there's like these are the images. Here's the daily posting guide. Here's the questions. Here's scripts you can use. And then here's the challenge group guide. Here's the points. And here's how to run it. So it literally says, running a successful 21-day challenge group. You sold a challenge pack. Yay, now it's time to get them started. All right, step 1, here's what you do. Step 2, here's what you do. Step 3, step 4, pre-week. Week 1 through 3, upgrading from customer to coach. I mean, it literally will take you step by step with everything that you need to do with scripts and follow-ups.
Okay. You're totally talking about me when you talk about that, as far as I have to be the one person in charge and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm like exhausted.
I wasn't talking to you. I was just, we're all.
No, I mean, you're speaking to me.
Oh, I was like, we actually, we're all controllers. We all like to be in, I mean, being a business owner, I don't think that you can not have a controller inside of you and try to be a business owner.
Yeah.
I think if you didn't have a controller, then you'd probably just go and work for someone the rest of your life and just be like, whatever. But we want to have some control over what we're doing. And so we all have that. That's all of us. I mean, handing over tasks to my assistant is hard for me, but it's a must. It's impossible to do it all yourself. You've got to hand things over. So, okay. So plugging into that system works. And like I said, it's working for Stephanie. It's working for me. Stephanie's team is the fastest growing team within Aloha at this moment. And I foresee that, Stephanie's going for elite this year. And I fully have faith in her that she will do it. She's amazing. So anyways, the point was, we've got the system for challenge groups, but we're still missing the system for getting coaches started. And that is what Stephanie and I are working on, and we're trying to make it better. But it's a process, and we're now in the stages of where we were with challenge groups, where we were like trying things and things weren't working. And okay, now we have the system that I truly believe is going to be the game changer. So I think if you plug into this system and truly engage in the system, go in that 7-day group and pretend like you don't know anything about coaching. Pretend like you forgot every single thing that you've ever learned and treat it as if you're a brand new coach from day one. If you want to go back and redo the checklist, the new coach welcome letter and checklist, go do that. Treat it like, okay, I'm a brand new coach. I'm going into this. This is the system that I'm going to plug all of my people into. And see, does this feel like they can do it if they know nothing about coaching? Because I'll tell you what, I can't remember what it's like to know nothing about coaching. It's been way too long. It's been 4 years, I can't. So plug into it like, okay, clean slate, brand new coach. This is the system I'm going to be plugging my team into. Do I think this can work? Do I think this is duplicable down 100 levels deep where my team could just plug people into this system and it will work? I truly think that's what we have right now. So that's it. That's all I had to share. Anybody? Michelle, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I was going to send you the coach checklist and see what you think.
Well, it's nice that everything seems to be all in one place instead of follow this link to this PDF, go over here, fill that form in, and email it back. Like, I like that it's all together. So that would be helpful for me. So I think it's all a good idea.
Michelle? Oda? Mm-hmm. I see you smirking over there. You're like, I see you, your smile is like, I know, I'm ready to be a brand new coach.
No, I agree. I think it looks good. I just haven't had a chance to fully look at it or go through it yet, but I will and let you know.
Okay. Jaden, what do you
have a question?
Okay.
Since you just said my name. So for this 7-day sneak peek thing that we're doing. And you're talking about running it once a month?
It's not a sneak peek. It's a coach training.
Or, I'm sorry, a coach training. You're talking about running it once a month, though?
No, talking about running it every week.
Every week. Okay. So is that something that I can add my coaches to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, eventually the intention would be you're going to probably want to.
That I do it.
Eventually. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
saying, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can use the same, format and just kind of put your own twist on it. And maybe you want to remake the videos and make the videos you speaking, because your audience will connect more with you, and maybe you'll want, but then you got to remember, this is just for brand new coaches. And then once they get their feet wet, they're exposed to Coach Basics, where they're exposed to like tons of other coaches, not just me, but, throughout the whole network, not just on our team, but several ones. And then, these Dash to Diamond groups that we're doing every quarter is a chance for people to be exposed to other leaders in other organizations too. So, it would be getting started welcome letter, and new coach welcome letter and checklist, complete that, do the 7-day training, then do your getting started call, then do the Coach Basics, and then do the Dash to Diamond. That would be like the steps for people that want to go that far.
Yeah.
What did you think of the checklist, Jaden, in the letter?
I was just opening up the one that you redid.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out how to save it to then be able to edit it, like to add my name, my picture, whatever. And I can't figure it out. I just commented on the post, does anyone know how to save this, to edit it? But I think it looks good. I like that it's all cohesive into one format, because I remember being like, wait, I have to go back to this document and look at this, and then is this first or is that first? Like, I remember getting a little overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, there's so many forms to save and like read and fill out and whatever. So I like that this is all just like, even though it's long, there it is for you in one place. So I think it's good. I like it.
Only testing will tell. Testing it out will tell. What do you think?
Yeah.
You like the whole thing? Chris?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's great to have everything in one spot, because I couldn't remember which parts I had done and which I hadn't, and so this is great. I love having the checklist. Perfect. I did see it before tonight, and I was really pleased with it.
Cool.
When are you starting the 7-day?
What?
When is the first 7-day?
On Monday. Instead of the Dash to Diamond, we're going to do the first 7-day on Monday. It's going to be part of the Dash to Diamond.
Okay. All right.
So bear with us if it's a little, hectic, because we're putting it together in like a week and a half. But, we're determined to get this down, and we've been having a lot of fun doing it. Stephanie and I are like, oh, we need to do we need to do this, we need to do that. So it's been fun. Okay, well, is there any questions? Any shares? Callie? Maria?
I think Jalen was asking how to edit her stuff. Doesn't she need access from you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't answer that question, did I?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Wow, I skipped right over that. You have to request access to edit it. I did say that before, but request access to edit it, but make sure you save a copy to your own Google Drive before you edit it. Otherwise, you'll be editing the main copy. So you've got to download it. You've got to save it to your own Google Drive first. You've got to have a Google Drive folder.
So when I opened it, I have a Google Drive folder. When I opened it, oh gosh, I have to find it now. We should upload it to the files section so we can easily access it. Okay, so I've opened it.
Well, it's not a file. You can't, it's a form, so you can't do that. It's just,
Oh, okay.
go to the link. And
So
then,
it's opened, but there's nothing there. Nothing comes up to say,
can you share your screen and show me what you're
yeah, here, let's try that. How do I do that? Share screen. Whiteboard, desktop, share screen. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it just says,
Sure.
that's what it happens when it pops up.
Cherise, do you know how to do it?
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, she has just the form. She doesn't have the edited part. Can you open your Google Docs? Google Docs.
Like, here's my regular
Wait,
Google Doc.
Go to
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay.
Okay. I think you can upload from here.
But she can't upload.
Okay, go back to your
Somebody else requested access. Several people have. Denny did it today.
I know that I did it to the first one, but then you had edited it, edited it,
Again.
and then reposted it.
Marissa, you got to give her access from your end, I think. Because from here, they just click on it, like what she's doing, and it goes straight to the form.
So I saved it, but it doesn't allow me to.
Nothing on the bottom? No, it doesn't.
Well, people were requesting to access it, so that's just weird that it's not.
That was the first one that you posted.
They won't be able to access this unless you give them permission.
But people were accessing.
They're gonna edit it.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay. Here's another way you can do this. You can copy that information. You can try to copy it, paste it, and create a new form with it. The information. Okay. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I'll.
That's a lot of work, though.
No, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to share it. I thought there was a way for you to request to edit it because I got like 5 requests to edit it. I got one from Star. If Star's on the phone, I'm gonna stop. Can you stop this? I'm gonna.
Oh, okay. Oh, did you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just scrolling, trying to find the original one.
Can't you just give her a copy for now? Just a copy of a copy.
I mean, I guess I just have to make it where people can edit it and just make sure everybody downloads it first.
Yeah, that's the only way, though. That's what I thought you can.
Just make sure that you download it first. I'm going to save a copy anyway because I'm going to save an additional copy in case somebody does edit the original. So we have the original. Because they don't make it easy for you to be able to duplicate forms like that. They should just make it so that you can duplicate it and then, save it. But anyway.
I do have a share. I am now Insanity Live certified as of Saturday.
Oh, I saw that post. Yay.
Kicked my butt. I think I sweat and dried like probably 6 times, but it was totally worth it. So I had a blast. And the Y paid for half of it, so that was good.
That's awesome, Callie. Congrats.
Thank you.
You started teaching today?
No, I have Size Live tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning. And then it's so weird because like I'm the type of person like talk on the phone or if you want me to come in, I'll talk to you face to face about my schedule. And they're just like total email. Like, please email me your availability. I'm like, okay, so whatever. So I just told him my size schedule and when they were wanting to have an insanity class. So yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully, I'm hoping by next week I'll be teaching insanity up there because I got to learn the rounds. So that's another thing I got to do this week. So, but
Do you get people signed up then, like by doing these classes?
I'm going to, like, this will be my 3rd week of teaching Size Live. And then next week will be my first with Insanity Live. But Stephanie, I don't know if you've talked much to Stephanie Kathman, but she's an Insanity Live instructor as well. And she has done really well with that. She does like the punch cards and she says, you know, hey, the challenge pack's on sale this month. If you get it, I'll give you 3 workouts for free. So that's how she's able to revenue like her Success Club points, like keep them coming in. And that's what really, I mean, inspired me. Like, to me, that's a form of security. You know what I mean? So yeah. So she really inspired me to keep trucking along with this stuff. So, but yeah, if you're interested, hit her up. She's so knowledgeable on this stuff. So.
And she loves it.
Yeah.
The girl is gonna blow it up this year.
Yep.
I'm gonna be waiting for her to just. She's so incredibly talented. So she's doing amazing. She's doing amazing things. She's definitely an asset.
Heck yeah. I've learned a lot. I've been doing a group with her, a free group, and she's almost like opened doors in my own mind. Like I'm like, oh, like one day I was like totally bummed because one girl I've been talking to for probably 8 months just ordered a workout, and then she's like, my friend's gonna do it too, and I'm like, that's awesome. You know, I want to Facebook friend her, get to know her, and see what's gonna work for her. And she goes, oh no, we signed up together. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, we split the cost for just the workout. And I Facebooked her, I messaged her, and I'm like, Steph, I'm like seriously about ready to blow a gasket. I'm like, ugh. And she's like, that's okay. You know, have her sign up for Beachbody on Demand free for 30 days. And it was just like, she just totally took a crappy situation for me in my mind and flipped it for me. I was like, I didn't even think about that.
She's had a lot of practice.
Yeah. Yeah, in such a short time too, though. She's
gonna blow it up. I see her being on stage, you know, being one of those people. I told her when I got back from leadership, I'm like, one day that's gonna be you, and they're gonna be like, Stephanie Kathman, come up and speak.
Aw, for sure.
Anyway. Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing. Congratulations. And is everybody good? Laka, did you want to share or say anything? You were quiet tonight. No.
Did you say me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm quiet here. No, everything's good. I got to peruse the checklist and starting to dig into it. So.
Okay. Angela.
Will be revealed.
Sounds good. I think we heard from everybody.
I'm meeting with some people personally, locally about it, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. All righty. Well, thanks, ladies, for getting on the call. Everybody have a good night. We'll see how it pans out. Bye.